All hail Biafra. This is Biafra Liberation Army Network coming to you again. Please like, share, and comment.
The Biafra Superstars Media. Fellow Biafrans, today it's about Nnamdi Kanu and the forthcoming march that will be taking place in Aso Rock on the 20th of October. I want you to please listen to what a man I respect so much said regarding the case of Nnamdi Kanu. Chief Femi Falana, SAN, he spoke about Nnamdi Kanu's case and the best way forward based on the activities in Nigeria. So please listen to him and I'll come back. Listen.
President Kanu was in court. Was in court today. So we really want to know what's the position?
This case is pending in court.
Yes.
I cannot comment on pending proceedings. I cannot comment on pending proceedings. You understand me? So like you said, the case was in court today. All I can do for me is that is a matter that should be sorted out outside the courtroom. For me, it's a political case. Yeah, and if you have a situation where some governments are negotiating with bandits, other criminal elements, I mean, there can be no basis for not having that matter resolved politically.
Well said, sir. I really appreciate these words from this great man. We know the activities in Nigeria, that the case of Nnamdi Kanu is politically motivated. It is, in fact, he has no case to answer, which is why Britain, of all countries, has chose to remain quiet. Have you guys asked yourself, how come Britain, technically the number 2 country of the world, or was once the number 1 country of the world, until America rose up? How come Britain, that a citizen of Britain, Nnamdi Kanu, you guys are forgetting this mistake. You are making this mistake. Nnamdi Kanu left Britain on holiday to Kenya with a British passport. Let us think into your mind. He left Britain with a British passport on holiday to Kenya. According to the British law, as long as you have a British passport, as long as you're a citizen, you are the responsibility of the crown. It means wherever you go, Britain is responsible for you. No negotiation, no discussion whatsoever. As long as you left Britain with a British passport, you board your plane, your flight from Britain to Kenya with a British passport, then you are a responsibility of Britain. But unfortunately, in some other cases, those with dual citizenship, if you make the mistake of leaving Britain or Germany or France, we say, for example, you are going to Nigeria. Those of you that love to go to Nigeria, you have a British passport and you have a Nigerian passport. If you choose, due to less hassle, to travel to Nigeria with your Nigerian passport, then Britain has no right to stop Nigeria from doing what they are doing to you. But if you use your British passport to fly to Nigeria on holiday and you are held by Nigeria, then Britain must step in because you left the shores of Britain with your passport. It means technically there's an insurance there that they are liable to your safety. I hope you understand. But in this case, Nnamdi Kanu did not go to Nigeria. He went to Kenya. So technically, Nigeria is like a third party that has no business going to Kenya to kidnap Nnamdi Kanu. Not only kidnapping him, but sending him to Nigeria through an extraordinary rendition. Two crimes. You went to a foreign country to kidnap somebody. You have broken the law of that country. And the second thing is, you now took that person illegally through an extraordinary rendition to Nigeria. It means Nigerian government has a 2-count charge on them. Kenya can sue them to the AU, to the UN or ICC, wherever. And Britain has the right, in fact, to go to war with Nigeria for kidnapping a British citizen. So for the fact that Britain suddenly is acting like a toothless dog, for the fact that Britain now is acting like a puppy and not speaking at all on the case of Nnamdi Kanu, that tells you Britain has a hand in it, and what they are doing to Nnamdi Kanu is a political trial. Whatever they are doing in court is a waste of time. Justice James Omotosho made a blunder on the 8th of October. In fact, he ran away from court. He ran away from court because the reason why it was rescheduled, two things. He said, go and get the medical report. And secondly, he said, come and prove the case of extraordinary rendition. So if the legal team of Nnamdi Kanu were able on the 8th of October to prove the case of extraordinary rendition, it means Nnamdi Kanu has no case to answer. But Justice James Omotosho did a 419 in court on the 8th of October. I'm wondering why the legal team of Nnamdi Kanu did not speak on this. Nobody picked on this but me. I picked on it. That the reason why he said Nnamdi Kanu has a case to answer is they did not prove to him, there is no document, no evidence of the extraordinary rendition from Kenya to Nigeria. Those were the words of Justice James Omotosho. And he said the legal team will have to, bring proof. Show him proof. The writ of habeas corpus. Go and bring the proof of extraordinary rendition. And the legal team, they promised they will do that. So on the 8th of October, how come nothing was discussed about the evidence that was brought forward by the legal team? Instead, Justice James Omotosho came and said, because the Nigerian Medical Association, the NMA, they couldn't file in the medical report of Nnamdi Kanu. It means the case has been adjourned to the 16th of October. To call a spade, the medical side is a secondary evidence. The primary evidence should be the proof of the extraordinary rendition. So I believe that the legal team, they understand that Justice James Omotosho does not have a power or the power to release Nnamdi Kanu. Because why they are holding Nnamdi Kanu has nothing to do with the court case. That's the rigmarole they're just doing. Flip-flamping. Going from pillar to post. That's the game they're playing. Perambulating around. Wasting the time. Wasting the years of Nnamdi Kanu. 5 years already. In total, close to 10 years now, this man has spent in the hands of Nigerian government. Just because he spoke about a referendum. Just because he asked Nigeria to conduct a referendum. Instead, they have come to kill him. So for some of you who are still out there thinking, it's a court case, so let's pray to God, let God touch the judge. The judge will change his mind and free Nnamdi Kanu. I am telling you, Justice James Omotosho has no power, no say to release Nnamdi Kanu. And no trial will commence in the case of Nnamdi Kanu. It's going to end up being a political solution. And also, if Nigeria is wise, you see, sometimes those old men in power, this is the problem I have with them. They don't have this new school of thought to understand that the moment they see a leeway to solve the whole problem, now that we know that Simon Ekpa is about to gain his freedom, if Nigeria is wise, you release the king first before the coming of the prince. I see Simon Ekpa as the prince of Biafra and Nnamdi Kanu being the king of Biafra. The prince is like a raging bull. He's got fire in his heart. He's ready to come all out to avenge his leader, his master. So if Nigeria is wise, Nnamdi Kanu is somebody that the way things are, they can discuss with him and he will listen. All these years, he's been listening to, advice, both from the elders or Ohanese, and even when they tell him, oh, please, don't call off the election now, this last minute, 11th hour, he will say, okay, go and do your election. So if Nigeria has any element of wisdom in that their empty head, in that their skull, they will release the king before the coming of the prince. Because if Simon Ekpa should beat that case in Finland and be set free before Nnamdi Kanu is released, then I'm telling you, not even God can stop the vengeance that Simon Ekpa will bring down from heaven. The only way to curb that situation is to release the king, Nnamdi Kanu, a more of a matured head, a man who can come in now and, stabilize things. Release him on time, so when Simon Ekpa comes out, Simon Ekpa will have to be obedient to his master. But unfortunately, these people, they are not smart in Nigeria. They are not educated. They have this old school of thought that, guns and bullets will solve the problem. And they expect people like us to fall in that level where we are bowing down to animals, riffraffs, people that are not meant to be in political positions. That's not who we are. The way we do our things now, we are learned, we are following the rule of law, we are conducting ourselves according to the standards, the international standards. So if that zoo is right or smart or wise or have a little thinking in their head, release the king before the coming of the prince. Release the king before the coming of the prince. This is the window you have now. Cover your head in shame, bury your head in shame, and release him. In fact, before the protest, if you are wise, release him. Use the opportunity. Okay, they have come to protest now. Okay, because of that, Nigerians have come to protest for Nnamdi Kanu. Who am I to go against the Nigerians? Fellow Nigerians, behold, I give to you Nnamdi Kanu. You ask for him. Here is he. And you score your political points. And once he comes out to stabilize things, when Simon Ekpa, my own leader, I'm a disciple of Simon Ekpa. When he comes out, when the Lancelot comes out, he may be forced, compelled to listen to the king. You see, common sense is not common sometimes. They say information is very cheap but expensive. If Nigeria is wise, if the Fulani cabal are wise, let them do what is right. I'm someone that don't love to give advice to those zoo or the politicians in the zoo. I don't like giving them advice. But today, take this wisdom from this young boy, this small boy that you call us. Take this wisdom and run with it to the bank. Let's go, Nnamdi Kanu. Cover your head in shame when they come to protest on the 20th of October. Bury your head in shame and release Nnamdi Kanu. That way, you have covered yourself. As you once said, no victor, no vanquish. You cover yourself. So, okay, the people have come, they have spoken, stakeholders have come, they've spoken for Nnamdi Kanu, they have protested, they came to Aso Rock. I have heard. And because of that, Nnamdi Kanu is a free man. Score some points. To Tinubu, I know your hand know that this one. No, but you get the power to release them. I know that. The same way you are scared to speak about Boko Haram is the same way you are scared to deal with the case of Nnamdi Kanu. I'm not speaking to Tinubu. I am speaking to the Falana cabal, the oligarchs, the rulers of Nigeria. Those that Britain told they are born to rule. They are the ones holding Nnamdi Kanu. Not Tinubu, with all due respect. My only anger and disdain for Tinubu and the Yorubas is they are allowing their names to be used in this nonsense. They are like a willful participant. That's the only time I have problem with them. I'm not saying they are responsible, but they always allow themselves to be used. For example, if Nnamdi Kanu, God forbids, should die in the detention, we are going to hold Tinubu responsible. And before you know it, by proxy, it has caused a forever lasting enmity between the Igbos and the Yorubas. Despite we know the invisible hand responsible for the kidnap of Nnamdi Kanu. Despite we know those responsible for keeping him in this dungeon. Despite we know those who are angry that he has come to reveal their plans. But somehow, the Yorubas, you allow the Fulani cabal to use you guys to shield them. And before you know it, when Kasala go bust now when I heard, okay, he died under your watch.